Right, let's give a demonstration of the actual Lionel clockwork and wind this up. Good old-fashioned clockwork motor. It's got a little brake on the top of the locomotive boiler, and connect that up, and hopefully we should be able to give you some sort of demonstration on how this unit works. Right, let's give it a go and try it. Now this engine runs quite a bit slower, but it's the electric one, and sometimes I prefer at the toy fairs to use this because it runs quite a bit slower and gives the children a chance to have a good look at the engine while it's running. Once again, the shell was just a very cheap Lionel shell that I picked up second hand, and you'll see we've even got a little headlamp on this one. As I was saying, I picked up the shell very cheaply. It was a second-hand engine, but there was no clockwork motor in it, so I decided to actually modify it and make it electric. It runs on a 1.5 C battery, and another C battery works the headlamp. Not quite as strong as the clockwork one, but it runs quite a bit slower, but the children seem to like it quite a lot as well. On the original Lionel tender, Mickey Mouse looked a little bit more simple than that. He didn't have a uniform on, but I've allowed myself to take license in producing this model, and I've put a little Pluto on the back, and I've dressed up Mickey Mouse as a sort of a fireman, and you'll see he's got a shovel in his hands with a little bit of replica coal on it, and as the locomotive pulls the tender around the track, he actually moves his arms up and down to show that he's actually producing a sort of a shoveling effect. Quite nice. Once again, too, here the tin plate was actually made out of galvanized sheeting. It was silver soldered together, and the decals actually were produced on with colored photostats and then laminated and put onto the actual artwork itself. During that period, the Lionel Corporation found that the marketing of the Walt Disney characters on their trains was a tremendous boon to the company and actually lifted them out of bankruptcy. This is another, once again, a replica of the Donald and Pluto rail car that was made by the Lionel Corporation, and you'll see this is a replica, and we'll try and see if we can get it to run. What I've decided there, I didn't have a clockwork motor, so it's actually electric. It's got a little battery inside with a motor, and there Pluto and Donald go for a ride on the Lionel rail car. The other pieces to complete the outfit are, you can see here, I decided to break away a little bit from the traditional Mickey Mouse Circus Train set, which actually only had the 3 coaches, and I produced a little caboose, and you'll see I have a Goofy situated at the back holding a lantern, and I have a Donald Duck actually in the rail car. Right, here we have a replica of the Mickey Mouse bump car. As you can see, it looks very, very much like the original, but that's purely an illusion, because what actually happened here was that I bought the basic clockwork motor with the 4 wheels. It must have come off a Chad Valley locomotive or something. I don't know, but I bought it for 10 Rand at a toy fair. And because it looked very similar to the original ones used on the Mickey Mouse bump car, I decided actually to sit down from the photographs out of magazines and from catalogs and scale up a copy of the Mickey Mouse bump car. I made the molds, modeled the characters, made the molds, cast the characters, Mickey and Minnie, and produced the sheet metal framework that covers the actual clockwork motor. Quite pleased with the results, because eventually I got something that works quite well, which you'll see with some shots on the track. The decals actually were also hand produced, very much it's a replica of the actual original Lionel Corporation, and as I said previously, these items were sold fairly cheaply and they were used to market Lionel Corporation at the time, which was actually going through a recession, and it pulled them out of that because the whole merchandising angle between the Walt Disney and Lionel was actually a very, very good ploy. I hope you've enjoyed watching this material on the Mickey Mouse Circus train set that I built up out of bits and pieces. I've enjoyed every bit and every moment of actually putting the thing together, all the artwork, molding, casting, producing of the metal parts and so on, and love to show it off at the toy fairs. Just watch the look on the children's faces as they see Mickey and Minnie working their way around the track and Mickey with a circus train.